Welcome to Energise Coaching. Here we're going to take a look at body weight walking lunges. Now, we're not going to be using weight here, but you mustn't forget that you weigh something yourself, so therefore there is resistance in this movement. And the way we're going to do this will allow for progression later on. Now, I'm going to do a few reps just to explain what I mean. So I want to imagine you're holding dumbbells. I'm going to go into the lunge and then in through to the other leg. Okay, so when the moment comes to progress to adding weight, you're well drilled in that technique. Okay, now the secondary benefit to doing that is just by nature of having your arms in this position, it's keeping good posture. We're keeping the chest forward, shoulders back, and it's going to allow my body to stay upright to facilitate that movement. Okay, and that's called bracing. Okay, so I'm going to do a few reps here, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, now I'm going to turn around and walk back the other way. Now, some essentials to think about while we're doing this. Firstly, range of motion. You have no right to add weight if you aren't getting adequate range of motion. And by that, what I mean is getting that trailing leg down towards the ground so it actually dabs the ground. Okay, I see a lot of people holding heavy dumbbells, but they're pond skating. They're literally going into a shallow range of motion and moving on. That's not lunging. Lunging is getting down nice and deep and making sure that we've got a good angle of hip flexion and a good angle of knee flexion. Okay, so notice that I'm getting deep on both legs every rep. Okay, secondly, we're going to look at tempo. So I'm going to go down nice and slow, and I'm controlling the lengthening part of the glutes and quads. But then when I'm in that bottom position, I'm really thinking about driving the foot through the ground to light up these muscles here. Okay? So it's a slow descent, a powerful drive. Slow descent, powerful drive. Slow descent, and a powerful drive. Okay? And then I'll show you one more thing to think about. In the bottom of the lunge there, I'm actually not thinking about coming up. I'm thinking about driving my foot through the ground, okay? So it's a push downwards to activate the quads, activate the glutes, and drive me upwards, okay? Think of a rocket taking off. It builds pressure from below. That's exactly what we're trying to mimic here. So it's downward force there to come up, there, through to come up. Okay, and when the moment comes to add weight, we're well drilled in that position. Okay, now, as a final note, if you are a fan of big chunky soled footwear, take them off. Don't use them in this movement. You'll see I've got barefoot shoes here, which really allows me to feel the floor, feel the ground beneath my feet. It's going to help with balance and coordination, and it's really going to accentuate what you feel and how you perform. Okay, so that is a body weight walking lunge.